Walter Kelbeck, a 28-year-old ex-convict, and Myron Lance, 25, were cousins and gay lovers. The two had a lot in common. Both were aggressive homosexuals, and both obsessed with drug and alcohol abuse. Above all, they loved to inflict pain and, ultimately, death on human beings. On the night of December 17, 1966, these two gay men were drugged and drunk driving to a gas station in Salt Lake City. They threatened Stephen Shea with a gun and extorted $147 from him, a gas station clerk who was working the night shift alone. And they forced Stephen into the back seat of their wagon and sped down the desert road. The victim was forcibly sodomized, and after a while the armed robbers flipped a coin to determine who would kill Stephen.
Now, who gets the honor to take this guy out?
Kelbeck won, and he stabbed Stephen repeatedly to death. After that, the criminal couple left the body in a ditch by the roadside and left. The second victim was another gas station worker, Michael Holtz. He was abducted, assaulted, and murdered in the same manner as Stephen. The only difference this time was that Lance had won the coin flip. After finding the two victims, the police thought that the two crimes were linked and issued an order across the city to close all gas stations in the evening. On December 21st, Kelbeck and Lance were sitting in the back seat of a cab. The driver, Grant Strong, noticed that the passengers were exchanging sly glances and smiling wolfishly at each other. Strong radioed the operator of his taxi company and used their own promised conversation signals that if there were a problem, he would press the call button twice. When the cab reached its destination, Lance drew his gun and demanded money from the driver, but all Strong could give him was $9. Whether Lance was incensed by this or he planned to do so from the start, he shot Strong in the head, and their third victim died in vain. The killers moved to a bar near the city's airport. Worrying about being chased by the police, they couldn't be satisfied with the $9 gotten from the taxi driver. They shot 47-year-old James Sizemore in the back of the head while he was playing a pinball game in the bar. People startled by the gunfire and found two men with weapons, who shouted at people to stop moving. Armed robbers stole $300 from the cash register and fired bullets at the bar as they left. In the midst of this, 34-year-old Beverly Males and 20-year-old Fred William Lilly were murdered. 3 more people were knocked down, but they were able to save their lives by pretending to be dead in front of the assailants. And the manager of the bar opened fire behind Kelbeck and Lance leaving the bar, and the murderers panicked and were to turn around for a while to get to their car. Kelbeck and Lance managed to get to their car, but in the meantime the police moved quickly, set up roadblocks in front of them, and managed to arrest them. The judge and jury found guilty of those charged with first-degree murder, and it did not take long for them to be sentenced to death. However, the Supreme Court found the death penalty illegal and sentenced them to life imprisonment instead, and the 2 men escaped the court's maximum sentence. However, neither Kelbeck nor Lance had expressed remorse or apology for their victims.
I have no feelings for the victims.
I don't care about people getting hurt, because I just love to see they get broken.